Brianna. So today is going to be a quick video. I do apologize for the noise. I am in my bathroom currently, and the vent in the bathroom comes on automatically when I turn the light on, and I can't turn it off. So I do apologize for the sound, but hopefully you'll be able to hear me over it. Today I'm just going to show you guys how I clean my makeup brushes. It was time for me to clean them again, and I figured why not go ahead and show you how I choose to do it. It's really, really easy, really simple, and I do hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I have my brushes here, and I just keep them in this mason jar. This is how I choose to organize my brushes while I'm doing my makeup. I keep this beside me, so anytime I use a brush, I put it in here so I know that it's dirty and needs to be cleaned for the next time. So I just have my brushes here that need to be cleaned, and in the back I have a dish towel. Just a plain little towel that I'll put all of them on so that they can dry. So what I use to clean my brushes is just a normal little sponge. I'm pretty sure I got this one at Dollar Tree for like $1, so pretty cheap, and it works really well because the sponge has all the pores in it, and that helps clean your brushes really nice. And I don't use the abrasive side, just the soft side. And then I use this Walmart brand baby washing shampoo, because it is gentle, it is scent free, so I don't have to worry about that. It really does clean it without putting any like oils or anything on the brushes, so you don't have to worry about it breaking your skin out. So I really like that. So the first thing that I like to clean is my beauty blender. This is probably the hardest thing to clean, and in fact when I got, now this is a knockoff beauty blender, and when I got it, it was light pink, and immediately after washing it, the color washed completely off, so now it just stays this kind of yellow color. And this is probably the hardest thing to clean. So what I do is I'll turn my water on, and I want warm water, not hot but not cold either. I just want kind of warm water, and I'll just wait for this to heat up. And now that it's heated up, I'll just put my sponge underneath. Make sure it doesn't get too hot. Get my sponge nice and wet. And then I'll turn my water up to conserve water. And I'm just going to put some soap directly onto the sponge, like so. And then I'm just gonna work this in. And I use my hands for this, you know, work it in. I don't want to rip the sponge, but I do want to get the soap in as good as I can, because I do want to clean it. And you can see coming off on my hand, if it'll focus, you can see the makeup coming off, which is good. That's what we want. So I'll just keep doing this, and I'll repeat this step over and over until it gets clean. And the one thing you want to make sure is that you are getting the soap out of the sponge, which is probably the most complicated step. So you're just going to keep squeezing, and you'll see the makeup run out into the sink. And what I've noticed, the way I can tell that the soap is completely out of the sponge, besides just looking for the soap bubbles, is while the sponge has the soap in it, it has a slick kind of feel to it, like almost an oily feel. And when that feel's gone, then I know all the soap is rinsed out. So now that my beauty blender is clean, the next thing I like to do is I like to focus on my bigger brushes. So the first step, obviously, is to wet your sponge. Just want to get this nice and wet. And then what I'll do next is wet my brushes. So this is just basic to rinse them. So I'll just take these. You can see that they're dirty. This one's nice and pink. And then, so I'll just turn the water back on, make sure it's not too hot. And then I'll just wet the tips of my brushes, just like so. And I go ahead and do all of them at the same time, that way I can conserve water, so I'm not running the sink for so long. But you just want to make sure that these get nice and wet. So now that my brushes are nice and wet, the next step is I'm going to take my sponge and pump some soap right into the center, like so. And then I'll just take one brush, we'll start with this one, and I'm just going to swirl this around until it gets nice and soapy and foamy. And you can see it starting to on the sponge, but you want the brush to get that way too. And I don't want to put too much pressure. I don't want to completely ruin the shape of the brush, but you do kind of want to put a little bit of pressure so that you know that the soap's getting down in there. And I'll just do this to all of my brushes. And then after they get all nice and soapy, I'll lay them off to the side, like so, and move right on to the next one. And I won't rinse off this sponge unless I feel like the sponge has gotten really dirty from the brushes. Normally I can get like 2 or 3 brushes cleaned before I need to rinse off the sponge and put new soap down. So now that I have all of my brushes all soaked up, now I'm going to rinse them out. And the same concept as with the Beauty Blender. You can really tell when your brushes are nice and rinsed out when they lose that kind of slimy feel to them. And you want to make sure you get all of the soap out because you don't want it to collect bacteria or anything, or like mold. And I just lightly squeeze them to get all the excess water out. Oops. Don't do that, that's not a good idea. And there you have it, guys. After you're done washing your brushes, you're just going to want to leave them out to dry overnight. They will dry perfectly fine on their own. No need to apply heat or anything to them. And then once you're done drying them, you can just kind of swirl them around in your hand a little and they'll fluff back up and go right back to their original shape. So the only other thing is your sponge. So after I'm done cleaning my brushes, I'll rinse off my sponge. Sometimes I'll put a little more soap on it, just kind of swirl it around, try to clean the sponge off a little. And rinse it out completely, make sure all the soap's out of it, and I'll leave it out to dry with my brushes as well. However, you do want to make sure you're replacing your sponge regularly. It can get dirty, it will hold makeup, and mine, I don't know if you guys saw, but it was really bent and broken and had cracked, and I had used it for a while, so it's time for me to replace mine, so I'll throw that one away and get a new one. And so just make sure you're keeping an eye on that. You do want to make sure you're replacing your sponge regularly. But other than that, that is it for me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe it taught you how to clean your brushes. If you have any other, if you have like a tip or something, like a way that you clean yours that's different from mine, please feel free to leave it down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. I know everyone has a different way of cleaning their brushes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. And I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.